Morning. Thinking about legacies today. That's what Solomon was thinking about in Ecclesiastes 2, beginning in verse 12. What would people remember about him? And this is what he said. So I decided to compare wisdom with foolishness and madness. For who can do this better than I, the king? And I thought, wisdom is better than foolishness, just as light is better than darkness. For the wise can see where they are going, but fools walk in the dark. Yet I saw that the wise and the foolish share the same fate. Both will die. So I said to myself, since I will end up the same as a fool, what's the value of all my wisdom? This is also meaningless. For the wise and the foolish both die. The wise will not be remembered any longer than the fool. In the days to come, both will be forgotten. So I came to hate life because everything done here under the sun is so troubling. Everything is meaningless, chasing the wind. It's true, Solomon struggled in a lot of ways till he got to the end of the book. But he dealt with legacy today. And most people at some point in their lives think about the legacy they leave behind when their lives come to an end. And most often it's the hope that others remember you in a positive way. The more positive, the better, right? But that wasn't Jesus' desire. In his mind, he knew the end was near in John 17, and he spoke these things, lifting up his eyes to heaven. He said, Father, the hour has come, glorify your Son, that the Son may glorify you. See, his prayer kind of demonstrated the primary mission of his life, and that was to bring glory to the Father. It was the reason for everything that Jesus did on earth. To glorify God is to reflect him through your life in a way that others clearly see God in you. In the book of Acts 13, there's some comments about the life of David. It says that in verse 22, he was a man about whom God said, I have found David, son of Jesse, a man after my own heart. He will do everything I want him to do. And then later in verse 36, it said, after David had done the will of God in his own generation, he died and was buried with his ancestors, and his body decayed. See, David died with the legacy of being known by God as a man after God's heart. So today, what's one thing you could do to enrich the spiritual legacy you will leave? You know, on earth, you may be forgotten, but not in heaven. Not if you bring glory to God through your reflecting him in everything you do. To God be the glory. Have a great day.